Mal Meninga, what do you do with a playing group when you've been absolutely belted 58-0 and you've got now the next 6 months to dwell on that?
Good point. I guess there's not a lot you can say at this stage of their season. Obviously, it's over. It's not much to celebrate, I guess, and they go to Mad Monday. But I guess through the week, a bit of a review, just some individual conversations around the season, I guess, and that performance they put out tonight. And you've got to move forward. You got to. It's like the old sandwich. You've sort of give them some credit about the way they've even made the finals, and there's some things you need to improve. But then the top of the sandwich is, well, this is we've just got to move forward. We've got to make sure that when our preparation through the off season is in a standard again that allows you to get to the finals and play better. Do
you go and buy a couple of halves?
Well, yeah. Yeah, I would think. I mean, that's the conversation with the Broncos, and I think everyone that knows the game, it's about their 6 and their 7, where they need to be, even their 9.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mick, so I mean, young McCulloch's been there for such a long time. So do you start to look at a Jake Turpin or someone like that to take over the 9 position? But yeah, they certainly got the firepower within their forwards and out wide. I mean, Katoni Staggs and Oates and all that sort of guys, Osako, they're all good players. But yeah, they need someone. They need a couple that can guide them around the football field.
It's a great point you make, Mel, because they have got such a rich vein of young props and outside forwards coming through the game, that they need someone with creativity to be able to use them. And I think at times this year, I think we'd all agree that when Turpin and Seguiaro were at dummy half and provided a spark, and there was some variation around the ruck, it certainly made them play better football. The conversation with Darius Boyd and Anthony Milford needs to be as simple as you either play him at fullback, or unfortunately there needs to be a hard conversation, because he's just not a 5'8", and it's unfair on Darius. He's been a champion of the game, but you saw today, even with that pass as good as it was from Reid Marnie to Mitchell Moses, he was completely out of position. The kick from Dylan Brown, which I think Blake Ferguson ended up scoring from, in that first half. It's not fair on him. It's just not fair on him. I know Anthony Milford provides a spark there, but there's definitely some hard conversations that Seabold needs to have. That's what comes with the job, Von. And today, I mean, I don't know if you're leading that way, Mel, but I certainly feel like they didn't deserve to play finals this year.
Yeah.
They lost more games than they won. They were minus 57 in terms of their for and against heading into today. And their worst traits come back and bit them on the arse today, and that was their defence.
Well, you're 9-7-6. They take control of the team, particularly when they're playing on the back foot. And they had no kicking options.
Yeah, absolutely.
Realistically, I mean, Milford's their kicking option to 1.
They shortened him up every time.
Yeah. Well, it's easy to defend. I mean, just put pressure on Milford.
Yeah.
And and then the kicking game becomes astray. Then there's no other options. So they've got to find young Dearden. He can kick. So he's been unlucky. He's had an injury, so that's prevented him from playing. O'Sullivan's the same. He's had an injury as well. So are they the 2 answers? I'm not quite sure. Do they find someone else from outside the club to come into the club? So it's going to be interesting what they do soon. They certainly got the money and probably got the money in the cap to do that. So
Brodie Croft.
Talk's been around for probably a month now, Mel, that they will have tough conversations with Darius and also with Andrew McCulloch and Brodie Croft from the Melbourne Storm. We've seen Craig Bellamy shake his spine up leading into the final series this September, and he's gone with Jerome Hughes and he's gone with Ryan Pappenhausen. So I think as a result of that, we could well see Brodie Croft end up at the Brisbane Broncos. I think he'd be a good fit. I think he's what they need at the moment. Young Dearden's still developing, still learning, still only a teenager.
Yeah.
Just give him a little bit more time.
Yeah. Well, Croft doesn't kick much though. That's the thing, So I mean, not be may be able to kick. Smith and Munster do a lot of their kicking, in general play. So it'd be interesting to see if Croft does go there. It would be a good fit, but they need someone to kick him out of trouble.
If money was no object, who would you go for?
There's not that many good. I mean, Luke Keary, but it's you better players in the competition, maybe give Cooper Cronk another year. He's a Brisbane
Convince
boy.
him one more time. Come on
home, one more year, So, I don't know.
Lots to think about.
Luke Keary's a New South Welshman anyway. Wouldn't
He's
go
not.
over
He's
the border.
He's
born in Ipswich.
Yeah, stop it. I'm so glad Mal's here. Thank God.
Greg's coming.
I've got their Swiss colours on.